Hello, this is mathjazz from Almost Cool, and I'm here with the mathematician, and we are working on the Taj Mahal again. Yay! We're now
Woo.
working on the south gate here. Did we find out if the way that we're building this in Minecraft is the way that it's built in the real world? You know, that our north is real north and stuff like that?
Oh, nope, I did not check that.
We've been calling these things the north, south, east, and west gates, but I don't think that I've actually verified that those are that we faced it the same way as in real life. Guess we have a 1 in 4 chance that we're right. I like
True.
those odds.
True.
Those are good odds, right?
They are not quite in our favor, but pretty close.
The odds are not in our favor.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, I have a shulker box here at the top center of this build that has a bunch of brown hardened clay in it.
Oh, wonderful. Okay.
Um,
Oh, so everyone, we are now smelting tons of stone to make stone bricks, to make stone stairs, because we're going to need stone stairs. We have a whole bunch of, what are they called? Furnaces going for that.
how many stacks of stone in Minecraft does it really take to make a ton?
Oh, that is a good question. I think it's only like 3 or 4 blocks to make a real ton.
Really?
Yeah, because I mean these are 1 meter cubes. They're gigantic. I
Okay.
put all of the excess stuff away.
So, in recent news, today I
Uh,
got to give my favorite calculus lecture. It makes me happy.
oh, the U substitution lecture.
Uh-huh.
That is a fun lecture. I have seen you give it, and it is fun. I am not nearly half as whimsical as you are.
Yeah, but I mean, it's great when you can do a problem and you get to say the sentence, "Let Underwood equal sine Ursula," so that Dunderwood equals negative cosine Ursula.
That's
Ursula Dursula.
so strange, but you know, seeing it written out, I think, would make it funnier. Which it is when you're doing it on the board for your students.
Yeah.
But are there really gaps in the floor like this?
Where?
Uh, bullseye target thing on the west side?
No, I ran out of white block.
I will
All of
finish
those
it.
holes are white.
Great. Well, I filled it in.
Okay, and then there's some brown holes here in the center south
Okay.
this whole
I'm still
region.
kind of orienting myself to this. So I just fill in this gap here.
Yeah, this guy going out with brown.
Okay. I spent yesterday, well, part of yesterday, reading up on what I need to teach for my finite math class, which I've never taught before in my life. And,
It is an awful class. And
well, the first week of it doesn't seem so bad. I'm going to be talking about Venn diagrams and Bayes' law and, you know, basically talking about how to count elements and subsets. It's not so bad. And then the second week is just probability. I mean, I say just probability. There are tons of difficult probability problems, but um, I'm talking about things like permutations and combinations, and they don't seem so bad.
Yeah.
But you've taught this class before, and my memory is that your least favorite part of the class is when they get to matrices. Is that correct?
It's right after they get to matrices. They learn this method of linear optimization, and I don't even remember what it's called. And their textbook contains no proof of why this process works. It does not contain a complete and correct statement of how to do this process. Like, it hints at it and it does some examples, and if you're really clever, you can figure out the right thing to do. But you can't prove, like, there's not a proof in there that this thing actually gives what you claim it to give. And I was unable to find such a thing on the internet, and I was unable to prove it myself. It makes me very unhappy.
That's not what you said before. You said that you found a proof, but it was way beyond the scope of the class.
Oh, did I find the proof?
I I was
Okay.
pretty sure that's what you said the last time you taught this class, was that you found a proof, but that it was way
Ah,
complicated. And so
okay.
there was no way for you to be able to break it down for your students and explain why this thing worked.
Okay. Did I claim to understand it? Or
Um, I don't recall you claiming you understood it. Recall you saying that
okay.
you found one. You found a
Okay.
proof, and that it was very complicated, and that you were sure that you could not explain it to someone else.
Okay.
Or that you could not explain it to a student. Not that you could not explain it to anyone else, but you couldn't explain it to a student. And
Okay.
you didn't try to explain it to me. Okay. So, trying to figure out what level are we on in the schematic?
Um, you're in clean toss, right?
Yes.
We're standing atop layer 4,
Okay.
and this ring that's built up one level above us, that was layer 5.
So, I'm now standing on layer 5.
Uh-huh.
Okay. It looks like...
And
Oh,
I haven't placed the doors yet.
so, am I standing right now? There are like 4 rings in kind of the center of the south. Is that where I'm standing? Is on one of those?
4 rings in the center of this.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, you're standing near where here, if I place the doors, I think the doors are helpful references for me. I don't know if
So, by my understanding, this line that I'm next to goes up. Let's see. I'm standing on layer 5. And it goes up to level 8. So I'm gonna do that. This line goes up to level 8.
oh, it goes up to at least level 8. It actually goes higher, right?
It changes color on level 9.
Oh, I'm not seeing that. Oh, that line. Got it. I thought you were referencing the north-south line, not the east-west one.
Ah, okay. So, your last lecture for the semester is on Monday?
No, it was today,
It was today. Oh,
but
what do you
we'll
guys?
we'll have review classes the next
Okay.
couple of days.
So it was funny that course coordinator for 118, the class that I'm teaching next term, um, I emailed him and said, "Hey, I've never taught this class, and I've never, or like, because I've never taught this class, I don't know. Am I supposed to schedule exams, or is the department going to schedule exams, and I have to build my course around those, or what are the parameters that I'm working in?" And he emails me back and said, "You get to schedule the exams." I'm like, "Oh, great." So I look at the course and I try and plan out how fast I want to go through each of the different parts of the course, and I tell the testing center when I want to run my exams, and then I get an email saying, "Oh, just kidding. You have to make sure your exams match up with the other professor that's teaching the class." Like,
Oh,
"Oh, really? I do?" Like, "Yeah, it just makes it easier for me if you do that." And then the other professor said, "Oh, so I don't like your schedule. I want to do this one." I'm like, "Fine. I defer to you because you've taught the class before." But, like, I just thought it was weird that I asked, "Do I schedule the exams or do you?" And they say, "Oh, you do." So I go and do that. And then I'm told, "Just kidding. Like, we're going to tell you when to schedule the exams."
yeah.
It was funny.
It's good that you're a good sport about it.
Uh, I mean, I don't care one way or the other. I am willing to take help that is given to me by someone who has taught the class before. But I am a little sad that now I'm going to have to, well, I already rescheduled the exams, but everything has been pushed back. And that sounds like a great thing. You know, a student will think, "Oh, I'm so glad that I have an extra week for these exams," but that just means that they have one less week between the last exam and the final, you know?
Yeah.
So, uh, you're gaining something but losing something else. And the thing is that the first chapter of the book is just, some basic set stuff and learning about intersections of sets and complements of sets, and it isn't so bad. I was hoping to get through that really quickly, and then be able to slow down a lot for the hard material halfway through the class.
Yep. Yeah. I think one of my other complaints about the class was that like they'll learn something and they'll never, very rarely do they end up using it again at all in the semester. Like, oh, this we learned all this stuff about set theory and Venn diagrams, but we're not going to use any of that for any topic that we do the entire remainder of the semester.
Oh,
But that was the first thing we're going to teach them.
that's sad. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, like, everything is really set theory. So it makes sense to talk
Yeah.
about set theory.
But it's just unfortunate that they're like, oh, let's spend all this time, even though we're not like you could do the class and succeed in learning the topics that you're supposed to, without needing to learn any of the set theory. nothing in the textbook is really set up where, oh man, if you don't get how intersections work, you're not going to be able to do this problem
The
or
textbook is
perform this algorithm.
the textbook is kind of a jack of all trades textbook, you know. It's like it doesn't really focus on one topic. It's just kind of like, here are a bunch of interesting topics in math, and you know, you can pick and choose which chapters to cover. And that's okay, you know, like that's a perfectly fine way to write a textbook.
Yeah.
But there's no real order to the chapters. Like, you don't need one chapter to learn about another.
I kind of, in my head, I compare and contrast that to how the Calculus 1 course is set up, which is, in calculus, you very much, just the way that the course is set up, and pretty much every calculus course I've ever seen is set up on essentially the same premise. You need to be very good at algebra, meaning college algebra, in order to do any of the problems in a calculus book. And yet we spend like less than a week usually reviewing the algebra that you need
I
for
like it.
calculus.
I like it that
And then
way.
move on. But I'm just saying it's the interesting contrast that in that class where you need this material, we don't review it at all, and yet in 118 where you don't really need it, they spend like the entire first unit on it.
Yeah, I'm planning on still. I feel bad, but I haven't. You know, the schedule was just set up today, so maybe I should think about it more before I make a concrete statement. But my feelings are that I should still cover the first section as fast as I had planned, and just get a jump on the second exam's material. Tell the students, hey, I understand that we are finishing exam 1's material a week ahead of the exam. Please don't forget it for the exam, but this will help us in the long run. Does that make sense?
Yeah, one of the things I don't understand is why does it matter if your students take the exam sooner than the other section? Is he an on-campus section or is he the Salt Lake section?
He is the off-campus section. The other professor is teaching the off-campus off-campus class.
Okay, so yeah, it's not like there should really be any issue of taking the exam at the same time.
It's so that the department doesn't have to schedule twice as many exams and have twice as many. Like, I can understand that, you know?
The department doesn't schedule his. The off-campus one has to schedule their own anyway.
Right, but the students are able to use the same testing center, even though they're off-campus students.
Oh.
And
right.
So, if they use the off-campus testing center, then if they use the business college testing center, then they not the business school, this is the business college testing center, then there has to be a test there, and if they decide to come use the on-campus testing center, then they use the testing center there. I am pinned down. I am having a tough time.
What's wrong?
I am surrounded by monsters, and
Air support?
I need air support. I am under the build, and I am having a tough time getting back to it.
Oh dear. Let me see if I can get down to you. See. Well, let's see. How under the build are you? Are you on the orange level, the white level, Or the red level?
I am down at the bottom. I'm down way under the build site.
Oh, down in like the dark valley?
Yeah.
Okay. I just
But
need to
it is
figure out which
nearly
direction.
day. Oh no.
To know which direction to go to rescue you. Am I going off the west side? And are you putting torches or anywhere near you so that I found you. I am unfortunately not in a position to give you air support. Crud.
It's okay, I'm gonna swim out in the ocean. Get away from
Okay.
it all. Okay. And it looks like I lived. Half a heart notwithstanding.
There you are.
I'm gonna
I mean,
crawl up out here. Anyway, it is time to wrap up the recording. I hope you enjoyed that exciting trip to the underneath of the build site. It is a terrifying place, but we have lit it up. I guess we haven't actually lit it up very well because there are monsters everywhere. We tried to light it up. It took tons of torches and it still didn't work. Anyway, see you all next time. Bye!
bye.